Having been with my wife now for 6 years, 2 of which we've been married, the question of love is one that I never really ask anymore. This powerful emotion is one that perhaps we, or maybe just I, take for granted. Moving through our everyday lives, just assuming that our partner possesses the same emotions that we share for them. Or maybe you're still looking for love. No matter what your relationship status may be, Solo will take you on an emotional voyage across the seas, prompting the reflection of personal life experiences and delivering a narrative that feels tailored to you. Before you set out on your voyage, you'll need to choose your gender, the gender you wish to love, and the appearance you wish to be portrayed as while on your adventure. Once you've chosen all of these options, you're given a final piece of advice. Answer all questions as truthfully as possible. Upon reading this message, I challenged just how legitimate this statement was, but it turns out that Solo tailors its dialogue and gameplay around your choices, so being completely open-hearted in your responses, no matter what memories they may bring up, will reward you with an emotional insight come the end of the game. Now, I don't want to delve into any spoilers here, as it was not knowing when playing Solo that made some of the questions and interactions all that more compelling. All I will say is that Solo is a game based on love, whether that's current love, a previous love, or maybe even a love you haven't met yet. Without talking about the story or narrative, I can talk about the gameplay. At its heart, Solo is a puzzle game, and a pretty good puzzle game at that. The real strength of the puzzles lay within their simplicity. As you move through the islands, you'll interact with lighthouses that will unlock a nearby totem. Interacting with these totems will prompt a philosophical question. Answering this question will open up new areas of the island to explore. It's the journey to these totems and lighthouses that provides the challenge, and towards the end of Solo, they can offer quite the challenge. All puzzles in the game are based around the manipulation of boxes. Granted, there are different types of boxes, and as you venture to new islands, you'll acquire new boxes, but they're still boxes. As previously mentioned, it's this simplicity around the puzzles that makes them so good. I always knew that there was a logical answer, I just had to figure it out. By not using any complex shapes or over-the-top mechanics, Solo is able to deliver these puzzles with almost no tutorial, making their integration in the game feel as organic as a love-centered narrative. Although the integration of these puzzles feel at home in Solo, and their steeped up challenge as the story goes on may act as a hidden narrative, they do have one rather annoying flaw. Towards the end of the game, I would often struggle to get a box to go where I needed it to. This would normally result in me trying just about every camera angle possible to finally get the box to connect. There's no denying that this does lead to frustration, especially when you had figured out the puzzle 5 minutes beforehand. As with so many other puzzle games nowadays, Solo offers both mainline puzzles and optional puzzles. Although most of the optional puzzles are very similar to the main puzzles with their use of the different boxes, there was one set that really stood out. Your little adventurer has decided to bring along a guitar for the journey, and scattered throughout the island is different sheet music. This works in a pretty similar manner to the ocarina in Zelda, requiring different directional inputs to create a melody. Although these puzzles are very simple in relation to their box counterparts and don't really offer much in terms of progression, they're still charming to undertake and feel rewarding when you can complete a simple little tune. One look at Solo and you can see just how adorable the game is. Cute creatures urge for your attention, environments are bursting with colour, and you can even indulge in a cheeky little selfie. The whimsical visuals and mellow acoustic soundtrack that plays along with you all help wrap you up in the game's love-centric focus, all of which help turn the emotional dial up to 10 for the game's more impactful moments. Solo takes all the emotion we expect from a narrative adventure and combines it with a thoughtful puzzle game. Some of the later puzzles can lead to some frustration, but whoever said love was easy? Setting sail into the islands of Solo will take you on an emotional voyage of both past and present love that's personal to you. It's the game's attachment to your heartstrings that not only make it stand out, but also provide an experience that you'll be thinking about for a long time after the end credits roll.